Good morning once again. This is Dorcas from Washington. It's good to see you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And we are continuing on with our lesson 8, using and multiplying talents. And today on Monday, we're going to be talking about developing your talents. So the first question is, how should Christian stewards discover, develop, and use their talents? So one of the ways that has been mentioned several times is to seek or to ask for wisdom from above, and then being able to use the talents in the fear of the Lord. In James 1 verse 5, it tells us, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. And so we have to ask for wisdom, because there are so many people who say that they do not know what they're talented in or what they're gifted in. And so they end up just staying without doing anything because, well, they don't have any talents. But here in the extended reading, we have been told even about pupils. Teachers have a responsibility to look at their pupils as they work with them and identify what they are talented in. So to not look at the outward, but what they can have inside. It's they've said, in many a boy or girl, outwardly unattractive as a rough-hewn stone, may be found precious material that will stand the test of heat and storm and pressure. The true educator, keeping in view what his pupils may become, will recognize the value of the material upon which he is working. So one of the ways is for the one who is educating to recognize. Sometimes people are not able to see what they're talented in, but someone else may see, and they are able to motivate them to use those talents. And then also, of course, asking for wisdom. If you don't have an educator or someone hasn't told you, then it's time to ask the Lord, what am I gifted in? What can I do? But basically, and ideally, it's using what you already have in your hand. Like Moses was asked, what do you have in your hand? And that's what he had, and that's what God used to do a lot of work. So it's not because he came with talents, it's because he used what he had been given. And in B, we are asked, how are the talents of the Christian stewards increased? So how is anything increased? When it's used, there's a saying that says, if you don't use it, you lose it. And usually it applies to like exercise. If you don't exercise, you lose your muscle. So, and it's anything. If you don't use a door, it's going to become creaky, it's going to become hard to open. So it's the same thing with talents. If they're not used, then we lose them. And we have been given the example, I think that's the example that we were reading about, we are going to read about in Luke. But here we are told that talents used are talents multiplied. Success is not the result of chance or of destiny. It is the outworking of God's own providence, the reward of faith and discretion, of virtue and persevering effort. So there has to be persevering effort. It's not just, I have a talent and I'm going to just use it. So we have to use talent, and we have to have faith as we work on these talents that we have. So the Lord desires us to use every gift we have. And if we do this, we shall have greater gifts to use. So the more we use what we already have, then we get more. So the reason why we don't get more is because we don't use the little that we have. So why would God give us more when we can't use what He's already given us, what He's already blessed us with? And so that's the thing about talents, or anything that God has given us. It's to use it for His good and glory, and also to develop our own characters, because that's how we develop character, when we use the gifts that God has given us also. So that's part 1 of developing your talents, and tomorrow we are going to look at developing your talents part 2. And I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.